What's going on, fellas? I just wanted to show you a quick example of the warm-up superset I will often do before I bench. I feel it is important to note that I do believe that doing just specific warm-ups, i.e. if you're bench pressing the bar for a couple of sets, 95 for a couple of sets, 135, and working your way up more gradually with maybe multiple touches per early weight, for most people is plenty to get warmed up. Sometimes if you have a specific issue to address, I think that the addition of like one or two motions in a superset with the bench press is a very sufficient warm-up. If you find you need to get some blood flow to your upper back, just supersetting those specific warm-ups with some pull will get the job done absolutely. And I think that is a very, very good and time-efficient way to warm up, and that's probably all you need to do to mitigate your injury risk. But if you like doing a generalized warm-up to get like global blood flow across your upper body, this is a routine that I like to do. It's just as much a mental part of gearing up to go train as it is kind of the physical process of raising core body temperature, getting localized blood flow and whatnot. I'd say it's equal parts both of those components. So what I like to do is I like to do some pull downs, some overhead presses, some dumbbell benches, and then maybe some cable rows, all in a giant set where I run through it 2 to 3 times, basically driving blood flow to all of the musculature surrounding the shoulder joints. And then in this giant set, I usually like to include some couch stretches, which I am showing you here for the quad and the hip flexor, just so I can easily put my hip into extension when I go to bench press, which takes a lot of the stress out of my lower back. And then the other thing that I like to do is I like to do some quick T-spine mobility with a foam roller. I think it's important to note that this isn't foam rolling. Generally speaking, foam rolling, the intent is to roll the muscle to yield some temporary gain in mobility. If you are a bit of a goofball, you'll say it breaks up fascia, and breaks up scar tissue or whatever. That's likely not what it's doing. If you like to foam roll. But what I am using the foam roller for is just an external implement to get my body into the position I would like to. So we're not actually foam rolling per se. What we're doing is we're using the roller to arch over, and we're doing more of a dynamic stretch, right? So I wouldn't categorize this as rolling as much as a static stretch, where I'm just working on keeping my arms over my head, putting my thoracic spine into extension, doing some flexion extensions over it. And this kind of checks my boxes, right? We get some blood flow to the pecs and shoulders with the presses, some to the upper back and the lats with the pulls. We get the hips ready to get into extension. We get the T-spine ready to arch. And that's my generalized upper body warm-up that I don't think you need to do every time, but I find it helpful. Thank you for watching my video. Here's a picture of my handsome, handsome dog, Ode. Appreciate you guys.